everybody, we're back in the studio. Glad you could join me today. Today is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I just wanted to let you know that today I'm going to be working on a painting that I'm actually going to be doing for a paint party that is scheduled in March. It's for a senior citizen home, and I thought we would just do this. I'm kind of like overwhelmed at the moment. I have like a commission I'm working on plus a couple paintings that I'm doing, so I apologize for not being right there every week, but as soon as all this kind of settles down, I'll be able to visit more often. So shall we get started? I think we should, and I hope all is well with you people, and please enjoy my videos and watch them till the end. I could use the minutes, and I'd also like for you to like and subscribe. That would be awesome too. I'm working to get that 1,000, and I just have about maybe 110 to go. So tell your friends and just keep watching and let me see some of your work. We have Pittsburgh Artist Studio on Facebook where you can post your pictures, and I don't see anybody's paintings, so I'm hoping that you're working along with me. If you have questions, please comment. I will be happy to answer anything. I do post a picture in the beginning usually that I'm doing, so at the beginning of this video, check it out. And just keep in mind, I have my traceable tracings on my website at marydunn-pittsburghartist.com/backslash capital P, capital A, capital S, underscore, capital T, and then lowercase RACEABLES. So check those out too. That'll help you along with some of this, you know, if you're just starting. So let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to be working with some different paint, because this is, like I said, this is going to be for a class that I'm going to be teaching. So we want to, I'm going to use this. It's DecoArt paint. We're going to try this and see how it works. And this is chrome yellow. So I'm going to be putting that out on my palette. It would be good to open it first. Okay. I'm going to also be using this Craftsmart DecoArt Raw Sienna. Just a little. Now the first thing we're going to actually put on is the background. Now I'm going to be using the Basics white. Now we're going to double load. I better get my paper towels too. My paper towel holder broke. I have to get a new one. Okay. Let me get some paper towels. Okay. And don't forget to have your drink along with you. My Mr. Rogers cup. Okay. Now I'm going to be using this large brush right now, the number 12. This is a Robert Simmons Bright. And I'm going to double load my brush. So I'm going to start out with some yellow on one side here. I'm going to do some white. So when you double load your brush, it looks like this. You got your yellow on one side and your white on the other. So I'm just going this way into the paint. Okay? And you want to make sure that you have enough in here, and we're just going to kind of be going like this on the canvas, just back and forth. Pick up some more paint. Okay. Just go all the way down to the end of the canvas. Grab more paint. Paint. And I'm going to pick up just a tad of the raw umber or raw sienna just on the tip of my brush. Not a lot. I don't know if you can see that. Get some of that in there also. Well, you're probably going to have to go all over this a few times, you know, just to get that paint on there. Blending it in. Grab a little bit more of the raw sienna. Kind of gives it a little bit of a oomph. And you're doing this on a diagonal. As you can see, I'm doing this on a diagonal. Grabbing a little bit more paint. Now this is a 16 by 20 canvas, by the way. Now your photo, when I do the tracing part, that will actually be larger or smaller, and you can make it any size that you want in your painting. It does not have to be a 16 by 20. But I will be teaching this painting on a 16 by 20 when I do my paint party. I'm looking forward to it. I think that we elderly need some excitement, you know, something to do, something different in their lives, you know. So I think it'll be a very nice morning for them. Now I'm adding just a little bit more white in some of these areas. I have my raw. That covers pretty nice. I wasn't sure. This is like a different paint for me, so I wasn't sure how that was gonna get onto the canvas and how it would work with it, you know. And it looks pretty good. I like the way it looks, actually. Looks like my, yeah, it is. It's kind of moving on me here. Let's see, gotta tighten it up a little. Let me tighten it up. I'm coming out a little white here and there, just to kind of make it look like sunlight coming in here onto these flowers. Okay, now we have to let this dry, this part here, and you will do your sides. I'm going to just do them in yellow. I'm just going to paint them yellow. Just to make sure that they look nice and they're neat. Just want to do that. Okay, and I'll be back once I get my tracing on. Okay, so I have this traced on. Some of this dark will get on there, but you're going to be painting over that. Just make sure that it doesn't get onto your other parts. You want to get that off as soon as you can. So what we're going to mix now is a little bit of phthalo green, which is DecoArt, and some green oxide. And this is a Craftsmart, but it's still good. It's still the same brand of paint, or same company. I got to open some of these because some of them weren't open. I haven't used them yet. Okay, so I'm putting that out onto my palette here. Okay, we're going to be double loading once again with our brush. I am going to use this one. It's a 6 bright. I seem to like this one here a little bit more than some of the others that I use. I like this one, and then I have some other ones too that I like, but I've been using this quite a bit and I kind of like it. Okay, I also have cleaned out this bigger brush. Make sure you don't leave the brushes in your water, because what happens is the bristles will start to like spread out and they get a little messy. So I've done that with some of my older brushes, not realizing that I decided to not leave them in there, and they seem to be better. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to make some stems, and we're going to dip half of our brush into the green oxide green, or phthalo green, and oxide green on the other side. Okay, so we have 2 different shades on our brush, and we're just going to get some burnt umber on here also. Let me get some burnt umber. So this is my burnt umber. It's Utrecht. I don't have any in the other brand. Oop, I can't open it. Now I'm going to use my nutcracker to open it. There we go. It just helps a little bit once you use that. For some reason, it just helps to open it. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that out, because all I'm going to do is put it on one end of my, just at the tip. Of the side that I have my phthalo green on, just a tad. And oh, something fell. I have to check out what that was. Okay, on my phthalo green, just a little bit, just a tad here. Okay, so let's do these now. Let's see. We're going to, I guess we're going to come down like this, and it kind of all mixes. Actually mixes pretty nice. I think I like the paint. I'll have to get this for my class. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more of the phthalo green on, and the green oxide, and a touch of that brown. Burnt umber. Okay, so what happens now? I gotta work a little bit of that in with a flat brush, just kind of making it a little straighter here. Get the bottoms filled in here. Kind of smooth it out some. These are the bottom parts of the flowers, so you just want to smooth it, kind of make it look, mean, it's okay to be a little rough because these are stems and they will be a little rough. Right here we'll put a little bit of a brown too. And I just want a little lighter in here. Okay. Now, because we have it this way, we have to come up in here also. So let's see here. And I think this is a little confusing here. We have to come up. So let me get some more paint on my brush here. You can see. Okay. So we'll bring one up here. Now it's going to come up through here because this is the lip of the vase. So we have to have it come up through there. Just where the ribbon is, which is right here. We don't want to go over that. So we're just coming up. And I'm holding my, I'm not holding it horizontally. I'm holding my brush vertically. Okay, and this one here is going to come up. Let's see here. I want this one to come up this way. So you can have your stems coming different ways here as well. Crossing over a little bit. So we can cross over this way. And there's that one right there. Right here. It's coming up and through here. Okay. There, that looks pretty good. Okay. Got this one. We have this one. I want to make sure we have all the stems in here. We have this one that's coming up. Okay. Awesome. Okay. I think that I want that one in the back just a tad darker here. Like really dark. Then that's going to be covered too because you're going to be putting a color over it to kind of like block some of it out, some of the brightness or the heavy dutyness of it. So let's see, we're going to create a wash now of our green oxide. And we're going to need some water for that. So I got my spritz water because we're just going to do a little wash. We're going to get our green oxide. And I'm still using my number 6. Just wet, kind of wet. And we're going to just go through here a little bit with that. It's just a wash, so we want that nice, light, nothing heavy paint. Just wash. I actually might use my bigger brush too, but for now, we'll just use this one. It's okay if you go out of the lines. It's not going to hurt anything. Put a little bit more water in here. And it doesn't, you can create texture here because your flowers are going to be placed on top of this, so you can create some texture when you're doing this. It doesn't cause any problems to do that. It's almost like a little watercolor that you're doing here. Get a little more water. A little bit more water. Okay, now what I want to do is get another brush and kind of go over that. I'm going to wet this number 12. Get it nice and wet. Just kind of like blend it a little bit better so it's not so dark. Because it's just a wash that we're putting on here. And if you lift off some of the paint on your stems, that's okay, because it's, like I said, it's going to be covered with flowers, so that's fine. Just kind of slightly go over this. Lift off some of that paint. All right. So we blended it into the stems. I'm going to get some burnt umber too and just kind of lightly go over that a little bit with some water. Kind of just putting some of that in there as well. So just kind of giving it a little bit of the background there. We're just doing some kind of underpainting for this. Okay. Just blend down, blend it on down into the stems. Okay. Since I did lift off some of that on my, I'm just going to put a little bit more in some of these here, that lifted off a little too much. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. So now let's do the table. So we're going to use our 3/4 inch brush with titanium white, and we're going to do the table with that. So I'm going to use a larger brush, but I think I'm going to pick something else out. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use this one. It's a number 12 bright also, but it's a different brand. It's Simmons. Simply Simmons. Gotta have a little swig of coffee. So let's just get the table in with some white. All right. That wasn't hard, was it? Just getting that in there. All right. Now, get some more paper towel. Okay, so now we want to kind of get a little bit of a shading here. So I'm going to use this number 6, and I'm going to get a little bit of burnt umber in my white. I want to kind of get that blended down. About that shade, just a little bit maybe lighter. We are going to make a shadow, and the shadow is going to be right here. So that's our shadow from our vase. Okay, something like that. And we want to make sure that's blended real nice. It's right under there. Kind of just have it go off to the right, the shadow, but make it blend very nice. And we'll grab a little bit more white, just so we can blend it some. We want this to be blended. So just blend it in. Sometimes you have to wait until it dries a little bit but if you press real light, it'll just blend it towards that shadow. Blend it towards the shadow. And some of it'll carry up, but that's okay. That's all right. Just blend it in. Blend it in. Make it nice and smooth. Okay, so we're going to do that around the edge of the vase also. So I'm going to grab some more. And it's just going to go like right at the edge here. Right around. So we might need to get some more of that mixed. This is going to be a shadow of the vase. It goes all the way around it. Nice. Nice. The shadow that's on the table, that is good. Okay. All right, so then our next step is our flowers. So we're going to have some fun with this. Let's see. I think I missed a spot here. Hold on. I am using directions. I apologize. I don't usually use directions, but okay, so the same brush and paint mixture, we're going to load our corner with titanium white. This is for this. Titanium white, and okay, we're going to put some titanium white on there. And we're just going to kind of layer it over this. I'm going to grab a little bit more of my mixture of the burnt umber and white. And then I want a little space right here that's white. So I'm going to put that in there too, because we got to distinguish that there's a little bit of the table there. We might darken that up. I'm going to need some more white. Let's see here. There, that's good. Now, let's get some of that in there. Some white in here. Kind of try to go over some of your tracing lines so they're not showing. You don't want those to show. Sometimes they're just so darn dark you can't get them off, so it might take a couple, maybe even some of my yellow to, let's see how that works. Cover that up. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Okay, same over here. I'm going to put a little yellow so that it just covers it up. I've never seen white that was so transparent, but for some of that reason that basic is a little bit thick. I mean thin. Sorry. It's not as thick as most whites, most titanium whites. All right. So now we're going to use this 3/4 inch brush, and we're going to dry brush over this. That should be dry. So when you dry brush, you don't have a lot of paint on your brush. So we're just going to kind of go dry brush right over these. Ooh, we better wait till this dries a little bit more because I'm picking up green. Okay, let's wipe that off. So we're going to let this dry a bit. And then we'll be back. Okay, I've set my camera up a little differently. I kind of zoomed in here. I just wanted to have you see what I'm doing, and it's better close up than far away. And we've already painted the table, so I think what we can do is just work from here. Now we're going to use a dry brush, and we're going to fill in the pot. So when you do a dry brush, you don't have that much paint on your brush. You just have a little bit, if you can see that. And you're just going to lightly go around this. And I'm going in the same direction as the pot, or the glass pot. It's rounded. So you kind of want to make rounded strokes like this. So this appears like it's under the glass. Just going to pick up a little bit more paint. And you just keep going back and forth until you have that covered pretty well. You just want it to be like see-through. And right here we're going to go. This is the lip of the vase. Same rounded kind of strokes until we get it covered that we like it. I'd like to cover that a little bit more. I want this to be a bit darker, but yet still look like it's glass. There we go. Right in there, we want to fix that. And you can go up in through this part here. We're going to be making that a blue, and then we're going to go over it with some white, white dry brush as well. So if you go up a little bit higher, that's fine. You know, if you cover that area. Let's get this. Kind of blend this in from the pot area. So right here we want to put a little bit of a darker paint or darker white. Let's see, yeah, just a little bit of white here. And just to have like a highlight that comes around. This is a highlight right here. And one right up in here. Just a little highlight. It's on the pot. Maybe one right here. There we go. Okay, now let's do the ribbon. We're going to paint that with a, we're going to double load our brush with white on one side and our blue with ultramarine blue. Oh, that's not the blue. I got to get ultramarine blue on my canvas, on my palette. So here's the ultramarine blue. I'm just using the Master's Touch. Just putting a little bit out on my palette. Wipe my brush. Whoops. Wipe my brush off. Alright, so I'm going to double load. Once again, double load means white on one side of your brush and we're going to have the blue on the other. So it looks something like that. I'm just going to work it. Yeah, that'll be fine. I just wanted to see how it would work back and forth. So we're going to go round here, make it rounded. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay. And here's a little bit of our bow. Here's the knot. Another part. Let's load up again. Okay. Make that like a rounded circle. Just have that come up like that. But make it look like it's a bow. There we go. Look at how pretty that looks. Very nice. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to use our round brush. Let me get a nice round brush here. Oops. I'm dropping things on the floor. So we're going to use this little brush here. It's a number 6. You can use whatever size you'd like. And with our yellow, we're going to start to make little circles in here. Anywhere, just put them sporadically. Just little yellow circles. Maybe I'll make that with some white too. Mix it with some white because it's so transparent. Yellow is so transparent. So you definitely just want like a little bit of white in that mixture. Just kind of make little circles here. And you're just doing that with your brush. These are going to be places in here that we want to put our flowers. Okay? Let's see. One here. There's one up here. And you know what? We can mix a little bit of our raw sienna with that also. Just kind of give it a little touch so we have some definite, so you can see it. Definitely one there. Some here. Possibly could have a little one right here. Definitely have one here. Something there, maybe one there. Put these little circles. Maybe we'll put one right here too that'll go over that a little bit, just to get, I think we have enough in here. If we need more, we can always put more in. We'll see how that works. So now we're going to just use the, let's see, I have a little bright that I like, and I don't know where it's been. It's been hiding from me. Let's see if I can find it in my brushes. Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, I don't know what happened to it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. We're going to use this one. It's a number 6 actually. But it's soft. I like it. And this is what we're going to use our bristles on. We're going to use titanium white. We're going to start out with the middle. And we're just going to be using quick strokes here. Maybe just a tad of blue in this. Just a touch. So it's not pure white. Alright, so it still looks white, and it'll probably look white here too. So when we do our daisies, we kind of start from the outer edge and bring it into this, and just kind of lift up as you get to the point of where your daisy is. Just lift up, tap down, lift up, tap down, lift up, tap down, lift up, tap down, lift up. Okay. Very, very cute. Okay, I'm going to have to put some other little things in here because just tapping down, making cute little strokes. Right there, we're going to need a new one. A little bit more blue in here. Let's put one right here. We can always put in our circle later. It's fine. Okay. Here's where you can see that it's a blue, little bit of blue in here because of the bow. Okay. You can make short strokes, big strokes, however you want. This is your flowers. These are your little daisies. Put one here. Okay. Okay, let's put one here. And we're probably, like I said, we're going to have to put those yellow circles back in there. This one's a little lighter. And we want them to overlap. That's what's so cute about this. You got to have them overlap a little bit. One here. Okay, make that half. We don't have to go all the way around. I think we'll make a few of those. Make some that are half open or half there. They don't all have to be full. Maybe we'll put one of those down here. Then we'll just get the little yellow thing in there. Okay. Just go over that a little bit better. Okay. We probably need one right here. Kind of want to cover up some of those lines of we're gonna have to put some stems in this too, I think, so that it makes it look right. Probably should do the base last. I'm just trying to follow the instructions from this book or this pattern that I have, and I think they get it a little goofy sometimes. Okay, still going with our little tap it and pull up. Tap and pull up. A little bit more blue in there. Okay, and this one here can be one of the half ones. Nice one here. Sometimes I kind of go off of the pattern when I think that it could be something better. Tap, tap, and bring it up. Tap, tap, and tap. Now this one is going over that, so we'll have to make that a little lighter once we get to the point we're trying to get to. I'm going to put one out here. Well, first of all, I'm going to wipe this off. We're going to get some yellow circles in there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go like what I did before. I used half and half. So I'm going to use half yellow. Let's see how this works. We can get these a little darker. Half yellow and half of my burnt umber, or my raw umber, on my brush. And I'm going to do little circles this way. So you're starting out at 12 o'clock and you're going clockwise in here. And it kind of gives you that nice little daisy circle. So, we're going to keep going with that. 12 o'clock, clockwise. 12 o'clock, clockwise. And twirl. Twirl it. Get a little bit more brown on here. A little bit more of the yellow. 12 o'clock, watch now. And just twist your brush to make a perfect little circle. Now here it's just a half a circle. So we're going to go like that. 12 o'clock, twist. 12 o'clock, twist. They make much better and you can see them better. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of the burnt sienna, or raw sienna, that's what it was, I think. Raw sienna. And make it a little lighter in some of these. This one here will be lighter. This one will be lighter. You want them to stand out, the little circles in there. Okay, now I'll go a little darker with some of these. You can actually go light on the outside, make the dark in the middle, if you'd like. I'm going to go counterclockwise this time. Let's see how this one turns out. Ugh. Okay. Here is one, we'll just get part of it. Okay. Ones that are underneath, just partially. Okay. Just a little brown. movement there. Okay, now we're going to put more little flowers in. So let's make some buttons, and then that way we have the buttons in there, center of these little things. I'll put one right here. And we know we can put like a little flower around that. Ooh, that's a little dark, isn't it? That's okay. Get some more of that yellow here. Right here we should probably put one. Maybe out here. Put one here. And we'll put one here. And maybe right here we'll put one. Okay. Clean my brush. Now, with your round brush, you can kind of just dab in here a little bit, just to make it a little cleaner. Just dab them out a little bit. Can add a little bit more of the yellow in some of these if you like. Okay, let's mix a little bit more yellow and white with this. Kind of brighten up those centers a bit. This one, yeah, definitely. That's going to be a big one. Here, here. Okay. All right, let's get our flat brush again. And let's put some bluish leaves in. So I'm mixing some ultramarine and white. You can see this will be a, well, there comes Sally. Tap up, tap up, tap up, pull up, tap it up, pull it up, pull it up. Okay, this one, tap it, pull it up, up. Sally's trying to find a comfy spot here. I've got pretty much going here in my art room right now. Up. There we go. All right, so now we're going to rinse that out. You all comfy, Sally? All comfy? Get some white, just pure white, and go over some of these. Just kind of giving it a little bit of a push with some white. Okay. Brighten up some of them. Oops. Now you don't want to do every single one of them, but you too want to give some highlights to some of these so that they don't look like they're just all in there as blue. But sometimes your white will look that way. Now let me get some more white out on my palette. Okay. And everybody paints a little differently, so put this here. Oh, I forgot about that one down there, didn't I? This one. We're going to put that as a white one. Very white. Because it's going on top of these. And you want to kind of have a little bit lighter. Okay. This one here, we can bring it up top. Okay, and then goes underneath that. Okay, this one can be lighter. I think I want that one lighter up there. But the underneath can still stay cool. Let's see, maybe something in the middle here should be lighter. Maybe this one here. Okay. And I think maybe, let's see. This one, I'd like to have that lighter. I don't know if I did or not try to make that lighter, but I do want to make that lighter. Okay. This just gives it a little bit of dimension. That's why I want this lighter, to bring these ones out and keep those other ones behind the painting. Maybe we could bring this one out a little bit. I mean, daisies have a lot of layers, so this could be the top part of it, you know. Okay. And I'd like to maybe make this one light here. I think I tried to make that light, but it didn't show up light. Okay, I think we're good here. I think that looks pretty nice. So, let's see, I think we need to get maybe one in here. So I'm gonna just put some leaves in, and then I'll put a, maybe right here. Dear. Okay, I think it was right here. put it. Okay. So we can push that back. Okay, let's get some yellow. Make a center. Okay, let's make this center better. This one. Brighten them up a little bit. You can go over these a couple times if you like, you know, just to bring them out a little bit better. Okay, so there's a couple of these that look like they don't have any kind of a stem going in there. So I'm going to do that with my phthalo blue on one side and my oxide green. And then I'm going to have to go over this once it dries. So let's just see here. We can get that to... come in. A little bit. Okay. And I'm thinking, I've been through here a little. I think I used a little bit of, also with the green, a little bit of the umber in here, just a touch, just to kind of get that a little dark on one side. There we go. Needs to be real close to that. Okay, let's get one in here. We can always fix everything up. But it's better to have it right than wrong. So I want to do this, or just get that off of there. There we go. Okay. Now with well, this has to be dry. I want that completely dry before we go anywhere else with this. Now I want to get a couple leaves in, or ferns. So I am going to use a liner, or a very small. This I think is a number 3. And I am going to get my oxide green and some of my phthalo green on my brush. And we are just going to kind of like go, let's see, we'll go, one should be right about here. Just like that. Okay. Okay, that's kind of looking like just like a leaf that's coming out of there. All right, and let's see, where else can we put this? Let me see, maybe one lives right about here. I think my paint needs to be a little thinner so I can get a nice thin kind of thing going on here. Maybe one right here lives, one right here. Maybe there's one that lives right about here. Alright, so then we're going to just, with this little brush, we're just going to dab some leaves, and it's just going to be the same way. You're just going to touch it and bring it into the center. Touch, bring in. Touch, bring in. And we're just going to go until we get nice little leaf things here. Touch, bring it in, up. Touch and bring it up. That's the key. Bring it up. Don't let it sit there. Like how I did there, it was real nice. Okay, so you want to touch, bring up, touch and bring up, touch and bring up, touch and bring up, touch, 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 touch. Just touch it. When it starts to get a little dry, go into the paint again. Touch, bring up, touch and bring up, touch, bring it up. Like kind of like lift off as soon as you get near that stem. And these are small little ferns, so now we can just go ahead over this a little bit so it looks like that was attached. There we go. Alright. Alright, I'm going to go into my yellow this time with some green. Make some of these a little lighter. So touch, 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 touch. This kind of looks more variegated. See, it starts to get the paint and the green, and then it's just really kind of gives you a little bit of variation here. And we're going to come all the way in here because I want to get some of that covered. Some of the greens that, and because this is behind, I want that flower to go over it. Okay, so this one, okay, I'm going to turn my canvas. I don't know if you can see this. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to touch it. I think we're in there. This is very good, this little brush here. Get some more yellow and green. Okay, let's get some more in here. Alright, that looks good. We'll do this one. Same thing, yellow and green. When you kind of like dip in both the paints, it really makes a nice little, shading. Get some more yellow. Or this. little string in there. Same here. Okay, so do I want another, oh golly, maybe right in here we'll put one, just a little one. Okay. Kind of like bringing them down into that. Get a little darker. Maybe in here we have something coming too. It just looks like a little stem, and I'm just gonna make some brown on that. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna put my white on my brush now. Kind of go over what I did here. So don't forget, this is a dry brush, so you don't want a lot of paint on here. Just kind of dry brush over that. There. And because we cannot see that highlight on there, I think what I'm going to do is just go straight white. See if this will work. I'm hoping. Let's see. And put that back in there. Okay, there we go. And possibly here we need a little bit of highlight. So got that highlight. Now let's see if we can get one right in here also. There. And possibly right here. It's always a good spot to put a highlight. Right at the... It doesn't want to pick up the paint there. Okay, right here. See how nice that is. There we go. Now you can see them. Okay. Just a little bit of a little push right there for this ribbon. Little highlight here. Like that. Possibly right here. Where it comes down. There we go. You have to make it look like that's real, you know. Alright, I think we need to make some of these a little lighter yet. Maybe here. Maybe this one. Just a couple spots here. I don't have the same brush, but just like kind of bring it out a little bit. Okay. This one needs to come out some too, I think. Just in certain spots, you know, so that it doesn't look so drab. Okay, maybe, yeah, this one I guess I could put more white to it again. Okay. Just this a little bit. Not all of it, just a tad. Just to bring this forward. Okay, there we go. Alright, let me step back here for a second. And I think we have a painting. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll try it. It's not a hard painting. It's very easy, and I think you will enjoy painting it. and have a little floral arrangement on your wall. So until next time, happy painting, and thank you. And like and subscribe below, please. I appreciate that and your generosity. And keep me on here. Keep me on YouTube. So talk to you soon. Bye.